Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. We're going to be talking about fast food. We're going to be talking about quiet quitting. We're going to be talking about side hustles. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff, all wrapped up in one video, and it all has to do with one company that's starting a movement, and it's an absolutely amazing company. I'm talking about Chick-fil-A. I've read 3 books on Chick-fil-A. I've read up all about Truett Cathy and the things that he has implemented in his company with his family, alongside of his family, and how it is absolutely blowing my mind how successful that company is. You know, I've never been in a fast food restaurant that has had so many amazing employees that are smiling and cheerful because they're being taken care of, and they know that their owners have their back, their managers have their back. It's just such a positive philosophy in that place. I absolutely love it. If you guys work at a Chick-fil-A, please put it down in the comment section below what it's like to work for them. Also, you've watched the mainstream media try to attack them. Weird, huh? But they're holding strong. You know, I haven't seen anything like it since I go into In-N-Out, which is, again, built on Christian fundamentals. It's crazy. Regardless how you believe, if you believe in God or you don't, you have to acknowledge that that place has amazing, smiling, happy employees. But we're going to talk about a 3-day work week that they're coming up with and how the results are pretty amazing. But again, guys, something like this, if you're having a hard time finding a job, but you want to start a business, this is an excellent idea for working, where you have a job to hold to hold up your finances at the same time to pursue your dreams of owning a business. That's what I started in that. I'll put a link to the side hustle course below. That's what I want to teach people, how to start a side hustle, but do it safely, do it properly, slowly, to build real wealth like I did. The right way, so you could be truly successful. And this is a tool that you can use. So let's dive in. I'll talk about that. Chick-fil-A's 3-day work week has had stunning results. It says a Miami Chick-fil-A is, and I'm going to link this story below for you guys, is puzzling, though, how to make a schedule that works for everyone. For office workers, the past year has involved fraught discussions around what getting back to normal in the workplace looks like, and if that normalcy is really even what we want it anymore. One increasingly popular suggestion is the 4-day work week. Just last month, the New York Times reported that several British companies using the new schedule on a trial basis found it to be successful. Not only did most companies report no loss in productivity, but several saw improvements. Now, despite the differences between office and restaurant workplaces, Chick-fil-A is giving it a shot with a 3-day work week. Let me stop there for a second. So we've seen this massive movement of quiet quitting, and if the last 2 or 3 years have taught us anything, it is one thing, and that is time is precious, and to be home with your family and still be able to make a living is absolutely the most amazing thing ever, right? Because you didn't know what you were missing out until you knew that you were missing out, until you got there and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to see my children every day. I want to see my spouse every day. I want to be able to hang out with my friends whenever I want, right? That's why a lot of people dive into owning their own business, and that's why I started that course. It's so very vital. Now, the 4-day work week is very interesting. I'm in emergency services. As a firefighter, we work a certain amount of days on, we live at the fire station, and then we're off. So a lot of firemen have a great blessing in that we all get to own our own businesses because we have a lot of time. And a lot of people are going, yeah, it must be nice for you. I don't have time. And I go, well, you got 2 days a week. And people go, yeah, it must be easy for you to say. Well, I've worked 7 days a week for the last 10 years. I know it sounds crazy, but I've only taken a handful of days off. And even like with this YouTube channel, I still film every single day. I've only taken 1 day off in 2.5 years. Now, praise God, I can sit there and film and sit with my family and hit upload and be able to talk with all of you guys. But my point being is I'm still working, right? Well, now check this out. A lot of companies, police officers are one type of group that have found that if they work, instead of 5 8-hour days, they combine it to 4 10-hour days. It causes a happier lifestyle for the officer because they have an extra day a week off. So they get to be able to pull back and de-stress and decouple from the job for even longer, right? And that extra 2 hours a day really hasn't weighed in on the effects of the officer. Now, I've also seen where officers work 12-hour days, and they'll work this interesting schedule where it's like 3 on 1 week and 4 off the other. I don't remember. Let me know down below if I have any peace officers in the house. Let me know. And hey guys, just a little truth bomb right here. Do you know that police officers and firefighters have one thing in common? True story. This is no joke. And I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of cops that really laugh at this. The true thing is that the one thing that police officers and firefighters have in common is that we all grew up wanting to be firemen when we were younger. It's true. All right, let's dive back into this. We're talking about Chick-fil-A. I love them chicken sandwiches. Maybe sometimes too much. Chick-fil-A's 3-day work week explained. In a corporate setting, the 4-day work week includes 4 days of working typical hours. Sorry, I'm just still thinking about that joke. I get cops to laugh all the time. Even if the ninja gets pulled over, I tell them that joke, and I've only had one guy not laugh, and that got really awkward. But they like it. I love messing with the peace officers. They are awesome. Can't do my job without them. So sorry, in the corporate setting, the 4-day work week includes. I'm going to get some comments. I love it. 4-day work week, typical hours. Get serious, ninja. Usually 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with one paid day off, work in addition to typical weekends. In a restaurant, however, that looks a little different. It says, according to QSR magazine, Chick-fil-A's model doesn't actually reduce the number of hours worked, but instead coincides with a week's worth of shifts into 3 days. Employees would have a set 3 days during which they have worked 13 to 14-hour shifts, and then they have at least 4 days off. Now, let me hold off real quick here. Coming from someone that has physically worked 55 hours straight on a fire line, all right? I'm not joking. It's a very rare occasion, but it was a big fire. The whole city was on fire, and there was only like 5 of us engines in the city. I know what it's like to work extreme amount of hours, and not only that, that was pretty hard work. I mean, we were moving hose. We were going from house to house for 55 hours. So obviously there was an adrenaline rush, but my point being is even beyond that, I've done so many 24-hour solid shifts in my career, just solid, where I'm just working, I'm up, right? Working. And I say that because this 13 to 14 hours is gonna freak out liberals and Democrats. They're gonna want to control you because they don't want you happy. They want you at work. They want you slaving away. They don't want you to have time to start your own business. I'm not joking. It really is a plan, okay? So I say that to show people, if there's anybody on this channel that all of a sudden just clicked through, you're watching The View, and all of a sudden I showed up, I know, I'm just a dude with a bro hawk and a dream. I'm not a professional, shouldn't take anything I say serious except for this. It's actually a good thing, and you would enjoy it too. You bust out 13 or 14 hours, and you're in a happy environment, especially if the boss can make it a happy environment, exciting, and then you get all those days off, you're gonna have a better work-to-life flow, all right? And then have at least 4 days off. This model, of course, is easier to implement at Chick-fil-A because all of its locations are closed Sundays. Weird. It's like Hobby Lobby. And open 6 days a week. Other chains would have to adjust to even a 7-day work week. A little fact, a Chick-fil-A is only in America. It sells more chicken in 6 days a week than Kentucky Fried Chicken sells 7 days a week worldwide. Just a little fact. It's because they're blessed, all right? This is just how it works. I'm blessed. That's why this channel grows so fast, because I get to meet people like you. I'm very blessed. You have to understand how blessings work, all right? As of now, this is only being tested at one Chick-fil-A location in Miami, and that store's operator, Justin Lindsay, tells QSR that there were some obvious concerns from the team at first. For one being on your feet for 13 to 14 hours a day isn't exactly ideal, and the logistics of scheduling, asking for time off, and retaining benefits seemed unclear. Lindsay made it clear that they would be figuring out a lot together as they went. Now that's a really neat thing too, where you have these owner-operators that can work, and Chick-fil-A allows this to happen to really, we want to be different. And that's what they've continually strived to be, is different. The way they deal with things, how they take care of their employees, even how they take care of their customers. I mean, who has a baby changing station like they do and they give out diapers? I mean, gosh darn, I want to own companies like that. I want to change the world. And they're changing the world. I know it sounds crazy, because what happens is you leave Chick-fil-A as a manager or an employee, and you go to your next work and you go, hey, you know what? I got this idea. Let's put the employees first, and we're going to make them really happy, and then they're going to be super happy, and then all of a sudden the customers are first because everyone's happy. And I think this is really neat. Guys, I'm going to link this story below because I think it's important. But guys, start a side hustle. Regardless what it is, start something, but look at using your days off. Is very precious. And as you build wealth, you're going to have more money and be out of debt to be able to spend time with your family and create a legacy. We are too focused on heads of the grindstone, getting yelled at by a boss that's just as insecure as the next guy. And we need to rewrite our own destiny. All right, guys? I hope you got something out of this. I thank you so much. I'm going to link that class below and the coupon code, and I'm also linking this story. All right, guys, the Economic Ninja is out.